Alright, this next part is all the grades and courses I took at community college. If I don't explicitly mention a grade, that means I got an A. As a high school senior and junior, I took dual enrollment courses where I earned 6 units of dual enrollment credit before I started El Camino College. So for summer 2023, which is right after I graduated high school, I took critical thinking and composition, stars and galaxies, and intro to engineering. Then in fall 2023, I did calculus 1, general chemistry 1, which I withdrew from, programming in C++, which I got a B in, and honors United States history 1877 to present. In winter 2024, I did calculus 3, modern history, honors intro to biological anthropology, intro to ethnic studies, intro to philosophy, intro to sociology, and theater appreciation. Then in spring 2024, I did differential equations and linear algebra. I retook general chemistry 1, which I got a B in. I did physics 1, which is mechanics. I did computer programming in MATLAB. I did aerospace engineering, Chicano history, which I withdrew from. I did public speaking and macroeconomics. So now it's going to get even more confusing because I actually dual enrolled during my fall semester and I quintuple enrolled. Yeah, I think that's the word. Quintuple enrolled during my spring semester of community college. But before we get to that, let's talk about summer. So for summer 2024, I did English literature, Chicano history, which I retook, elementary statistics, honors intro to international relations, political philosophy, intro to business, and intro to women's studies. El Camino College does physics a little bit differently than a lot of other places. So our physics courses are in a 4-course sequence. So my second year, I did physics 1C, which is like physics 2, which is electricity and magnetism. But we also have this other course, physics 1B, which is fluids, heat, and sound. And in fluids, heat, and sound, I got a B in that one. And then I did honors United States history 1491 to 1877, history of Asian Americans, United States pluralism, financial accounting, the solar system, honors learning, college and career, and building sustainability. And this was all during the fall 2024 semester. And in addition to that, I also enrolled at Glendale Community College, where I did engineering statics, which I got a B in, material science, and engineering graphics. So before we talk about winter, I want to mention that the winter grades were not listed on the UC application because the transfer academic update was due before winter grades were submitted. However, they were listed on my private applications. That being said, let's talk about winter. I took data science, microeconomics, early history, honors governments, US and California, business law, and argumentation and debate. Alright, so spring is when it starts to get a little bit more confusing because I enrolled at 5 community colleges. So let's start with El Camino. At El Camino College, I did calculus 2, physics, I guess 3, but we call it physics 1D, optics and modern physics, which I got a B in, managerial accounting, accounting ethics, and introduction to LGBTQ studies. And this is all at El Camino College. Now, at Glendale Community College, I did engineering dynamics. At Los Angeles Harbor College, I did general chemistry 2. At Chabot